I try to support that because now that I have learned it's a big issue in Baltimore City, because homelessness does not just stop at I-83. Homelessness affects anyone at any given day. You know, I've been with individuals that just lost a job, or individuals who, you know, are not able to work or getting put out, and then we deal with the fact that individuals who are restricted income. You know, I believe the restricted income is one of the biggest pieces that has a lot of homeless people in the situation that they're in. Because when you're living off of 185 or you're living off the income that individuals would not even consider renting you a room, then you run into a problem. And that was the biggest solution that we had to work on, taking in individuals that do receive this limited income. So one of the things was the real care providers. Where did the real care providers come from? The real care providers came from a group of individuals that I have been working with probably my whole 15 years of being a care provider. And these individuals was always there for me. They work with individuals, they work with any type of population or discrimination. It doesn't matter. If you can walk and you got 2 feet, you come in, we want to help you. We didn't put up those barriers that I know this is up with a lot of different things going on in the city. It's a housing first model for us all the time. The only reason why we haven't tried to go on the way is because it's just no room and nothing else to do. But then we still working with these individuals. Even down to the individuals that come in, it's about advocating. One of the things with advocating, you have to have an aggressiveness when you're dealing with these agencies and housing and, you know, all the programs. You have to have an aggressiveness to allow them to understand it's not an option when it comes to helping these individuals. We need to have an aggressive approach with dealing with individuals. So I do thank all of you, and I'm just excited about this being an initial time. I got information, literature. I'm going to thank them as well. I'm going to give them a hand clap. One of the things I experience a lot when people talk about, when you're talking about funding, we are not a funded organization. We are not an organization that has that opportunity. So my team and I, and the Lord above, works this business, and we makes it happen. And we know when time comes and we have that opportunity to have the funding, we know that our priority is not administrative costs. Our priority is not who will get a big salary or who will take home a paycheck. We want to know how many people we can come get off the corridor right now. I stick to that focus. I stick to that promise. Every time I come down here and interact with the homeless individuals, I love them guys. They respect me. They know me. And I feel like it's a relationship where I tell them, you know, even if you don't see me, I'm working on this. I'm there. You know, I know where y'all sleep at night. I know where they hide at. I know what they're doing through the nighttime. I know the dangers that's down on the corridor for them. So those are things that I never not think about. So, and that's something that I put out there to all the homeless individuals, that I will fight for them and with them in this process. So I thank you guys for being able to come, and I know that I will be looking forward to the rest of this evening. And thank you also, Brother Joseph, and thank you also to some great advisors and friends in the room. And I'm going to turn this over to the rest of the process.
First, do some acknowledgement if I may. Thank Ms. Edwards and Ms. Cynthia for an excellent presentation. I also want to thank Catholic Charities and St. Vincent de Paul for allowing us the opportunity to have this town meeting. Let's give them a hand. I also want to have all the pastors, ministers, social workers, and advocates please stand. care. If there's anyone in the room right now that is homeless, please stand up. Stand up. Anybody in the room that's homeless right now, please stand up. This is about you. First of all, we need to understand that homelessness is a social issue. It's not a black issue, it's not a white issue, it's not a straight gay issue, it's not a rich or poor issue, it's a social issue. That's the first thing we need to understand. When you're dealing with individuals that are homeless, you have to first understand why are they homeless in the first place? What caused them to be homeless? Some people don't even know how to define homelessness. If you're living in a house and you lose your job, you can't pay your mortgage, guess what? You become homeless. Does everybody understand? I want to talk about 4 things. Elected officials can't solve the problem of homelessness on their own. It's going to take a collective body of individuals to collaborate and come together with a comprehensive plan to present to the mayor, to the city council, to the mayor's office of Baltimore Homeless Services. Now, it's my understanding that was the responsibility for the Journey Home Project, to come up with a comprehensive plan to present to the mayor as to how they're going to address the issue of homelessness. Obviously, we're here today, that hasn't happened. Would everybody agree? Number 2, it's going to take the work of pastors, churches, ministers, social workers, and advocates to help those men and women that are living with homelessness. We have right now in Baltimore City over 3,000 vacant properties that's on the road for Baltimore City. We also have over 300 housing providers that, if you do the math, 300 times 8 is 2,400. That's 2,400 beds that are available in Baltimore City right now for the homeless population. So why are people on the street? Because they're not being linked to care. It's nothing to house an individual. But once you house that individual, you have to assess that individual and find out what their issues are. And then you have to address the issues. Some of them have mental health issues. Some of them have substance abuse issues. Some of them have been sexually abused. Some of them have been verbally abused. Some of them have psychological issues that they're dealing with, and they need to be linked to care to address those issues. Otherwise, you're going to have a revolving door.